We are approaching a top, but I believe there's a correction over the Wednesday-Thursday period, and then a push up here into Friday here. And let's just go to, I'm going to go to the 1000, and then I'm going to, which is the bearish count, but it's not really sort of bearish, but and then I'll go to 100 ticks just to flush this out here. So so in this case we've got 1 2 3 4 5 for 1 and 2. This is incorrect, sorry, I just need to fix this up. So let me put this here and I'll explain why in a moment. So we know that the ASX follows the banks, so if I can just go to the bank for a moment, so this is CBA here, we can see clearly that we've got wave 1 and 2, and this will all be the third wave. There's no fourth wave here yet. We can see that there was a bit of high volume yesterday and a bit of a turning bar here for that, so we're going to get a wave 4 there. And if we look at the banking sector, which is the XXJ here, we can also, on the daily chart, we can also see the same as well, clearly 1 and 2, and this will be the third wave. And third wave normally comes in across the highs anyway, so expecting some sort of fourth wave here, and then another move to the upside. So that's where that's going to be. And just to confirm that, I'm going to go to 100 ticks and bring in some more data. Is 10 enough? So we've been through the 1 2 3 4 and then going up for 5 here, so we're going to call that 1 and 2 here because we've got this nice long third wave here. So this is a little bit messy in here, but I want to sort of make it clear enough so you can look at it yourself on your own charts and debate certain aspects of it. So I've been over as 1 2 3 4 5 for 1 and 2 here, then 1 2 3 4 5 for 1 and 2, and then here I've got 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2. Nice third of the third wave, very strong in here, so perfect for third, fourth, and then 1 2 3 4 5 for the third, fourth, and then 1 2 3 4 5 for the third here. I'm looking at this as an A and a B and a C wave here. I feel okay about that. It's probably not the best, but so definitely a nice sort of B wave here, and 1 2 3 4 5, if that is actually 1 and 2. I haven't really checked it out, I've just assumed that. Here we've got 1 2 3 4 5 here for the third, A B C for the fourth, and then 1 and 2 here. I think this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third, fourth here, and the fifth is a little bit dodgy here, but I'm thinking 1 and 2, and then all of this, the third wave into here, the fourth and the fifth to make the third, and then we'll have a fourth wave here. So we can look at this as some sort of ABC pattern here over the coming sessions. And yeah, how far it pulls back, we can do the 38.2%, or we can do the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, which will probably be about the same in a way. So yeah, so it's normally the case if you got the count reasonably okay-ish. So yeah, look, we could actually pull back down here. But as always, we'll just take things with a pinch of salt, but we should expect some type of correction here. That's what I'm sort of saying. And we know that we see the market in a trend with profit taking coming in on the Tuesday, and the Wednesday and the Thursday are the swing days in the market. And then we'll see Friday and Monday and whatever pushing up here further, because, I mean, when you think about it, you know, we don't have to, you know, this is a nice strong move here. I think I don't know how high we'll actually go here for this, but we should be going higher. You know, we should be up here somewhere, I reckon. Anyway, that's my take on it. So I don't, just be a bit careful today and tomorrow in this little space, and if the bullish weekly cycle's playing out, we could buy Thursday afternoon. It all starts with the US, the bullish weekly cycle anyway, and it kind of moves on through, you know, and you've got to just kind of figure it out what country that you're in. yeah, so don't need these here. So that's that. Let's look at the banking sector. So really, I think everything's going to be the same really. We're going to see wave 4 and then wave 5 up here to make that top here. And then, once this top is in play here, it could be some serious top for the ASX200, or otherwise we can look at it in terms of wave 1 and 2 at this point. So it won't matter too much, because what we'll be looking for here is the trade setup. We'll try to trade this one here long. It will only go for like 3 days or something once it's in there, once it's in place. But this pullback here, this is where the setup begins, and then we still need the setup, within here, and then we need to build in over this side if it's going to give it to us and not end up in some sort of drop here. So we need to be a little bit mindful of that. We looked at the XXJ, didn't we? So it's the same pattern as that. So the other banks will be same as well. Now the iron ore market here, the Chinese ore market, I can count up here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, but the 5th wave is a little bit small here. So I'm a little bit, should I be putting the 3rd wave at the top there? I went to 1,000 ticks and looked at this particular count, and I came up with it like this here. So all the way up for 1 and 2 here, and then I've pulled all this apart here with ending up with 3 here and 4 here and 5 here. We do have a 5 wave move down here, so perhaps it is just a wave 4 at this point. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it pulls back. I'm kind of expecting it to pull back deeper. I did double check it on the 100 tick chart just to make sure that I've done it right. And I've come pretty much to the same conclusion. But yeah, I mean, if I just sort of eyeball it roughly, then I would think that we're in this wave 3 here. But I just want to see how this goes. We'll just see if we get the A, the B, and the C here for this, and how far it actually pulls back. It hasn't really had a correction at this level. We've seen it just sort of plow on through, but at the same time slowing down. You can see how this is quite strong here and strong here, and then like the top is over here, so it's actually on a bit more of an angle here, so it's sort of folding, rolling to a point. So we'll just keep a little bit of an eye on it. But this top is important, of course, for the FMGs and the Rios of the world. This is BHP here, the US BHP. So I'm looking at this move here on the daily chart going straight up here. It looks like a 3rd wave to me, So I'm thinking that we've still got a little 4th wave here, and then a 5th wave coming up in here. So if I took this from this point here, then I could look at this, or even this one, doesn't really matter, as this is 1 and 2 in here and all of the 3rd wave here. I could be mistaken, but like I've mentioned before, it doesn't really matter at this point, because we want to see this wave 2 come into play. That's what we're considering at the moment. It's also possible that this can be an A wave and a B wave and a C wave up here. That's all doable as well. But that's not what we're seeing with FMG's got a clean move off a low down here as a 5 wave move up here. So I'm still on the bullish side with things, but at the end of the day, it'll all come out in the wash, of course. But it will come out. This is what we're looking for here. If we don't get it, if it just keeps on going down, and we don't get our setup here, then obviously we're wrong at that time. But we're looking for that setup, because if this is correct, then we're going to be going a long way up at this point, and this is where we need to build in over here. So we'll see how that plays out. But that's US BHP on the New York desk, and this is our local here. So our local actually had this low here, so I'm still thinking this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here to finish off, so a bit more on that to go at this point. Rio, we Could take it from any low really, but and the same with here as well. The other ones we've taken from here, but I feel like we need to sort of take it from somewhere in here for this as some sort of 1 and 2. I don't know. I'm not quite sure about this, but it doesn't matter. I'm still not seeing the top in iron ore. We could have it in there, or there could be another little move up here in line with gold as well. Gold's much the same as well, still needs to push up, so I think that we can get some sort of little correction here and then a move up here before we get this ABC that we're looking at. And FMG, so you see FMG's got this clean move off the low here. I've always been a bit unsure to put it here or here, but when I put it here, I've got a clean 5 waves here, so kind of suits better over here, but I can see that we could look at this as 5 waves here. So a little bit unsure. It does look like we get 5 waves down. It looks like we've got a bit of an impulse wave down here. So we'll just, once again, we'll just see, you know, if it drops down any further than this low here, then we know that that, you know, it's crossed the boundaries and we can call the top in at that point. And then that's what we're looking for. We're looking for this some type of A, B, and C wave here to build in over here on a little classic trading levels pattern and a move up at that point. So that's basically what we're looking for. We want this trend here to be rebalanced, and once again it was strong here and it's just been getting more tired and tired as it drifts off to the side, and you know there might be one more little push to the upside, but basically everybody that was going to get into this is basically into it already, you know, so all these latecomers will be stopped out here, of course, and then once it rebalances, then you'll see smart money come back into that play. Okay, over to the gold. So this is GDX here. We haven't looked at this for a while, but I mean, just looking at it in a very simple way, very much like Newcrest mining, is 1 and 2 here and 1 and 2, and then a third wave up here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third and the fourth. Probably the 1 and 2 in here. I still think there's more to go here. I think we're going to get some sort of wave 4 and then wave 5 up here before we get some sort of ABC pattern like this. So we're not there yet. Once again, we need that in play. And this is US spot gold here. So yeah, look, I think that we're going to get some sort of little wave 4 here, but in this case I think there could be sort of 2 more little moves to the upside on this one. I'll spend some time and pull that apart shortly and nail that down. But yeah, a correction. I mean, this little box here, that rectangle box, that's the pocket, the 62% to 65% from top to bottom here. So it will stall at the 1900 there. And this is Barrick Gold, so we haven't seen this for a while, but this, I kind of like this count's pretty clear to me. So we've got wave 1 and 2, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2, and then we've got the whole third wave here, 1, 2, yeah, maybe we could tighten that up a bit, but yeah, third, fourth here, and we've still got, when you think about it, we've got the fourth wave here, we've still got the third wave to come in, then we've still got the fourth wave, and we've still got the fifth wave here, and then we've still got the ABC pattern here. So, you know, we'll have to wait to Timbuktu over here to get this over here. There's such a long time to go to get it to this particular point here, you know. And it's not worth sort of trading it into the $20 mark here, because it's just going to soak up your energy, your time, you know. So we've got to tie US spot gold, GDX, Barrick Gold, and Newcrest mining all into one picture here. So with this one here, this is a bit shorter in time. Well, we have 1 and 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the third, fourth, 1, 2 here. I'm thinking that we've just got the little fourth wave to come back here, but I still don't know if we've got this top in place yet, because this little move up here doesn't really represent 5 waves. So, but I know that we're going to be toppy here, so we'll be looking for something like this here, and then the ABC. So a little bit out of sync with the other ones, but I'll give that a bit of thought, and we'll try to sort of pull them in together. They all need we need to find the consensus through the gold market, and yeah, I don't know how deep this will come. We'll need to be prepared for. I've got it pretty shallow there. It looks sort of harmless. So let's say we go to 24 here. I mean, that brings us down into, the 61.8% is here. So that's a big deal, isn't it, really, when you think about it? This move down here will be US dollar rallying off the 100 area. So we can have a look at that today, but that will coincide with that. Right here, right now. So I think this is the right count. I mean, it's a little bit, this is perfect and easy, but this little bit in here is a little bit trickier. But I'm thinking this is a fourth wave, and we still need to come down for the fifth wave. So basically, wave fours can get butt ugly, you know that. So it could get worse from here, but whatever. Let it do its dance. But when this comes down here in a nutshell, right, then gold will push up and finish off, and everything else will finish off. But once we get down to here and it has its bounce up here, this will be, this can actually go back up to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. So while that's going back up here, then you're going to see gold pull back at that point, So we expect it to come down again after it rallies back. It may not go that high, but anywhere from 300 to 500 in that space. So we'll leave it at that point. So yeah, that will be that, really. So we can kind of wingle those in together a little bit. So if this is going to push down, we should see the Australian dollar push up further. So we talked about this yesterday about pushing up. So maybe this is 1 and 2 in here, and then 3 and 4 and 5. It's just a little bit messy for me to get my teeth into. So I'm not really going to call any trades there. But the trick here would be to look at the 70 cents here, and work that level as a trade with a classic trading levels pattern. But even so, we've got the arrival at the moment, we're having the reaction. Even if it still have to go the first high above the level, which is probably going to be this one at that point anyway. Do you know what I mean? So I think the best thing we can do here is wait for the short trade or the long trade at that point. We've got this as a bigger move to the upside here, wave 3, 4, and 5 to the upside at this point. This getting the 5 waves off the low here, by the by, is a little bit like Rio and FMG, and this is a commodity dollar, and we're getting 5 waves off the low. So this is helps confirm the bull market in that instance as well. So yeah, all good for boom time commodities again. We definitely want to be. This move here will be the 2023 payday. So start to think about that, because this wave 4 will be sideways and complex. So this run here, so you need to be able to stay in something. So you don't want leverage, you want some leading stocks, so probably the BHPs of the world and FMGs and those sorts of things. Anyway, that's all open to discussion, but we need that pullback. I just need to talk about our new website as well. I have completed, we have migrated most people across at this particular point. We've had a design company in Sydney have a look at it, and they've redesigned the whole thing, and so they will be completing today that design, and then I was going to go to 2 different developers, one to handle the stock trades portfolio and one to handle the web design to make things make the functionality a little bit easier. And once again, just thanking everybody that participated in giving feedback and their opinions and all of that. So hopefully we'll end up with a nice website. How long will the developers take to do things? I'm not quite sure, but would have to expect 4 weeks to 6 weeks, I reckon. But I'll be talking to those guys later this week, and we'll get some sort of idea of what we're looking at that point. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the day. Cheers.